I believe if you have a neurodivergent child, that means you are lucky. Inclusive setup is still a challenge in India. If I talk about Odisha, then I hardly find only one school. We are making school ready to neurodivergent and putting them in the mainstream. If you see one autistic child, then you see only one autistic child. And everyone is different. We prepared everything, individualized, customized for each children. The health plan, the intervention plan, or the academics.
Hello everyone. Welcome to India Autism Center podcast, the trusted platform for enriching discussions and practical insights on neurodiversity care, autism care, as well as community awareness and empowerment. I'm your host for this session, Pooja Datta, and today we will be diving deeper into a very upcoming topic that is, today it is, very relevant in the current scenario. We will be speaking about the essence of inclusive education and the concept of inclusivity in autism care. For diving deeper into this session, we have with us Mr. Soumya Patnaik. So, sir,
Thank you.
Welcome to the India Autism Center podcast. So, before starting this discussion, I want to say that we are privileged to have you in this show.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
How are you, sir?
I'm good and feeling actually energized to be here on the podcast. And thank you once again, because we have been living all these years of watching IAC podcast. It's not being I'm here, I'm saying this. It is we have lived it. Every day we watch some videos, get some hopes. So that's how the journey is, and that's how when I see the transformative initiative being taken by IAC, it literally gives a boost to our school like Braille Kids. Not only ours, I think entire India is watching IAC as a hope, for the transformative initiatives and the things which IAC is doing. So thank you once again for inviting us here today.
So, before beginning with the podcast, Dr. Patnaik, we would like to hear from you in brief your journey and how did it align with autism care?
Ma'am, the journey is, what do you say, it's very tough, very difficult. But yes, I'm smiling today because the first day when Divyans got diagnosed by a doctor and told us autism, that's the first day I have heard autism. I didn't even heard this word earlier. So it was very tough. But I have always a mindset of whatever things happens in your life, it happens for good. So when doctor told us that Divyans got autism, I think fine. That means something better in this. Let's dive it. But yes, the whole night was a trauma because I have to resettle my business in Africa, because I had my business in Africa by that time. So I have to rework, reschedule everything. Question of flying back was again a challenge, leaving them in Bhubaneswar. So, but I have to. So I have left them in Bhubaneswar and gone back. But the situation got worse. Divyans has lost his speech by that time. No understanding. He will be sitting at the corner of a room. Then I have to move back to India during COVID. Then I have to settle in Bhubaneswar. We started his therapy and all this. Things got improved. Let's say 20 to 30% improvement was there. So we got happy. At least he is moving ahead. But then that continue for 5-6 years. We also in dilemma, like how many years he need therapy? How many years will put him in this? But then we come across, because the research was continuous and it was always there as partial of life, being an academician. We find out new way of intervention. So we did that with Divyans, and then There is a dramatic recovery of Divyans in span of 1 year. Now he is a classical singer. He is an author of a published book, and now another 3 to 4 books is in the pipeline. He is an artist, and that's inspire us to be on this podcast. That yes, autism is doable. Don't lose hope. It is doable.
Sir, it's really insightful when it comes from people like you who have really lived through this experience. So like we always say to parents out there who come, at our podcast and they share the experience, that is, you have really gone through what you are confidently saying now. So that becomes very authentic and original.
Yes, we have lived with it.
Yes.
All these years, when he speak, after regression, when he speak the first word, we got very happy, excited. Yes, he started. So immediately we call back to the people, those who are working on him. Because that feedback is also very important for the people, those who are working. So they will say, sir, you are one of the very rare who even intimating us. I says, no, I find one improvement and it's all because of you. It is not one person or two person, it is the entire ecosystem which works for him. So yes, we have lived with it, and now we are living for others as well.
To begin with, sir, in the present Indian scenario, where we know that the resources as well as the demand, that is unevenly distributed, how would you discuss what inclusive education is beyond textbook language?
My first thing is inclusive education is what we perceive, and what is being practiced in India is entirely different. As I said before starting up this show to you, that we have faced challenges while we putting Divyans in the school. Is not getting a proper ecosystem or proper setup. Whereas inclusive education says that irrespective of the status, irrespective of the knowledge and the challenges what they have, everybody should got a equitable opportunity to learn, or a conducive environment to learn. And that's what it actually is, inclusive education. But it is hardly there in practice, which as far as my knowledge goes. I don't know, an organization like Indian Autism Center, who has done massive work, and we have been lived with it by watching every videos on social media or something to gain some knowledge, to work on him. Probably with the intervention of IAC and others, things will improve in the future.
True, sir. That is your experience that you have said, that there is a difference between what is ideal and what is actually happening. So you said you have your own special school. It's Brio Kids, right?
Brio Kids.
So because you also have an experience in running a special school and you are seeing children with special needs coming to the special school, there are some preconceived notions and false assumptions among parents about special education. There are certain stigma. So how would you go about it?
First thing, ma'am, what people think special education is only education, only academics. No, it's not only academics. What special education is for us is a whole ecosystem through which a child gets progress. Our IEP is not only academics. We have divided IEP into 3 parts. One is academics. Then we have IHP, in the individual health plan, individual academic plan, and also individual intervention plan. That each child, if you see one autistic child, then you see only one autistic child. True. That everyone is different. So we prepared, we give everything, individualized, customized for each children. The health plan, the intervention plan, or the academics. We assess the child first, and then we design. It takes, and we include all the stakeholders in this, starting from doctor to clinical psychologist, development psychologist. Then we have therapist, speech therapist, occupational therapist, special educators, parents, as well as even the caregivers is part of our IEP team. And we all sit together to prepare IEP for one child. And that's how it is easy for us to work, because we got the feedback from all our stakeholders to understand and to work on him. So that's how Brow Kids work for this kid, for the neurodivergent kids.
So, sir, in an era when we are speaking about inclusion and inclusion, all kids should be under one umbrella, that is inclusion. How far does this concept of special education or special school, it is still valid and relevant?
Inclusive setup is still a challenge in India. If I talk about Odisha, then I hardly find only one school. That's what gives us a boost. As I said, we always look for India Autism Center, how a parents team can do such wonders like IAC. That gives us a boost to think on it, to conceive. My wife, Dr. Ananya, who studied psychology, she is actually a mompreneur coach and had worked in marketing. But then I told her that marketing and psychology is not, because unless until you understand the psychology, you cannot do marketing. So you have psychology in your brain. So go ahead with that studies. So then she studied psychology and then she do things. So she started the school and she make me remind that countless night you have been through. Think on it and start. So we started a special school. We are making school ready to neurodivergent and putting them in the mainstream.
Okay.
That's what Brow Kids is doing at the moment.
Mm-hmm. And sir, what about the individuals who have high support needs?
Yes, we do have some profound cases. And again, for them, we work in the same way. Many comes to us in a very late stage. We see now a lot of improvements, but unlike the early intervention case, they go to mainstream very early as compared to these children.
Before jumping into the next question, please have a look at who we are.
Imagine a space designed not just to care for individuals with autism, but to empower them. A place where knowledge grows, support flourishes, and possibilities expand. This is India Autism Center. It is built to redefine how we approach autism. Through education, research, and community-driven initiatives, we create an environment where individuals with autism can thrive. Samavesh, our residential campus, is designed for individuals with autism to live, learn, and grow with dignity and independence. It is more than just a place to stay. It is a space to belong. Manan, our training academy, prepares professionals to provide specialized care. Through structured programs, we equip individuals with the skills to support neurodivergent communities with confidence and compassion. Khoj, our research division, is dedicated to advancing our understanding of autism. Through data-driven studies and collaborative research, we work towards shaping the future of neurodiversity.
Moving back to the podcast, sir. Being a parent and an advocate, what will be your take on the policy-driven inclusive attitude to a more action-driven inclusive attitude that will bring some change in classroom dynamics?
Yes, you are very right. The policy is there, like RPWD Act 2016 has laid the foundation of inclusive education, and government has taken a lot of initiative on this. But if you go in reality, you'll not find much of it. That is why Brow Kids take a step or a initiative where um, we are implementing those policies through our, as I said, customized IEP, customized IHP and IIP. And this need more of community involvement, training of teachers, through which it can be from policy driven to practice driven. So it is the high time that we should involve more the community into the system.
Sir, related to this, in the present school setup, what strategies do you feel will work for children with special needs?
What is happening at the moment is, when you talk about special education or special need education, what is going on is, once the child comes to school, they start the academic parts. But we don't realize they are not in a condition to receive. First, make them in a conducive environment, or let them start receiving it. Then we impart education. So therapeutic intervention, most of the schools they have, but a lot of research need. There will be a proper intervention should also be there, so that they'll come to receiving end first and then education, rather than only giving education at that moment. Plus, there should be alternative therapies like art, neurodance, hydrotherapy. So all this what we provide at Bravo Kids, and we have seen a drastic change or dramatic improvement in each children with very short span of time.
So you being from the special education field, since you have your own focused special education center, what changes in the lesson plan in the regular mainstream classrooms can the teacher make to cater to the needs of children with special needs?
First of all, we need to have a environment ready for the special children, and the system should be flexible, unlike a very rigid system what we have in our general schools. And there is a level of after the assessment of a child, there should be a level of academic intervention or IEPs. And what we do is, let's say a child is ADHD. So it is more of movement based activities and things we are asked to do with the child. But if it is an case of ASD, then it is more of structured routine. So everything is individualized, customized for each children. And then there should be a challenge even for the normal children also to be in a normal classroom setup. There should be other activities, so that every students get involved in it. There are more of counseling to the neurotypical children, and then involvement of neurotypical children along with this neurodivergent children. So inclusive, that's what is inclusivity, and it's needed in normal classroom setup. I believe it will be really impactful in a normal.
If you are liking this video, if you feel that this video is impactful, please do not forget to hit the like button. Sir, with immense pleasure, we would like to tell that you have created an AI-driven autism screener. Based on your experience and this development, how would you see the development of technology in screening, early identification and detection of autism? Because many parents, they are still doubtful, like, can AI or can technology, it really helps in assessment and in management of autism?
Yes, ma'am. It is again inspired by other companies have already developed. It's not only we who have developed, but yes, when we also find there are some tech guys who are working on this, we ask them to help us developing a screening test, and we have done that, and we find successfully we have rolled out that. And in normal school setup, when we implemented that, even we find there are some neurotypical children comes under ADHD. So it is early intervention what we find in case of Divyans, in others cases also. Early intervention is very important. That is how this screener is being ready. And once it is there, then once it is being, the teacher will tell the parents that yes, your child has some issues. Please go through the normal procedures of therapy and all, and find there will be a dramatic change in the entire inclusivity education system setup.
So, do you feel this AI-driven technology, is it feasible for early intervention and inclusive journey for beginners?
Yes, very much, because see, everything is now tech-driven. Then why should our community will be away from it? And moreover, generally what happened is when the child started speaking, even though he has issues, we never think that the children has issues. So once this AI will be implemented, screener will be implemented, and we run in the school setup, I think many children will, at least those even though have mild, and we work on them, they will be completely in the mainstream.
Sir, we know families are pillars of strength to children, be that neurodiverse children or neurotypical children. How far do you feel families, extended families, can also be mobilized into the inclusive care of children with special needs, and also how they can also be included in the conversations of inclusions to celebrate this inclusive journey?
Ma'am, as I said, I always, during the podcast, I always said the ecosystem. So in the entire ecosystem, family matters as well as the extended family also. So there is more of workshop needed to educate the parents as well as the other people. Through workshop, we need to change the mindset first. And as I said, more of customized care is needed, and that's how we do at Brio Kids. We train the parents and those stakeholder who are already who's interested in this. We train them as well, and for that we actually coming up with a event called Sunlit Spectrum, which will be screening. We'll do the screening in mass, and we do events where we invite parents for counseling and for other people, teachers. So we are creating another ecosystem called Sunlit Spectrum, and we want to go mass with that.
Sir, you are a father of a child in the spectrum. As a father who has seen his child transform, what will be your suggestions to the parents who are sitting there and watching this video, when at times they are hopeful, at times they tend to lose hope?
First thing, don't lose hope. There is always a brighter side of it. And the second thing is, I believe if you have a neurodivergent child, that means you are lucky. Because when people call them abnormal, I find they are above normal. Not only in my case, my son case, but we witness with many other children who comes to Brio Kids. Now, either they are a singer, or they are a dancer, or they are an artist. So something is there inside them. It is only you who need to find out the high interest zone in them, that in which field they are very, very high interest, and need to put them in that particular thing so that they will be growing faster or do much better than any normal child, or any they'll do, I believe they do more better even the neurotypical child. So there is always, I say, yes, autism is doable, and there is a lot of hope, because hope is the only one thing which shows you the path to do things better.
So again, sir, I will say that when a father is speaking, it shows the genuineness, and it will be really insightful for other parents who are sitting there. Before wrapping up, let's shift gears with a quick true and false round, sir. I will throw a statement at you, and you have to give me an instant verdict. Ready?
Ready?
Inclusion is possible even in overcrowded, resource-limited classrooms.
Yes, it is true. That's what I believe, that even with the limited resources, with proper intervention and proper care, it is possible.
Special education and inclusive education are interchangeable terms.
False. Special education needs special support, whereas inclusive education is a holistic development of a child.
A child's social skills are just as important as academic skills in inclusive education.
Yes, it is true. A social skill is very important as well as the academic skill. It's true.
Inclusion should begin only after a child's special needs are fully addressed in a separate setting.
False. I find the entire thing should begin from the beginning, not after completion of, because in case of Divyansh, where we see, even though when we diagnose him first, we give him pencils and space and colors to do art in the entire house, or even putting him in music and all those things, even hydrotherapy, and it is all goes at one time. Not only after completion of this we start another. It's not like that.
Policy change is meaningless without cultural change in how we view disabilities.
True. Because unless until there is a mind shift or cultural changes, even though you do any policy level changes, it not work.
Thank you, Dr. Patnaik, for your vision, for your insights into making India more inclusive.
Thank you, ma'am. I would rather like to say thank you to India Autism Center. It shows the power of how a parent-led organization can do wonders with your innovation and transformative initiatives, which IAC is doing. That actually inspire us to do something for the society, to give back to people, those who are looking with so much of hope. And it was a great pleasure to be here with you today, and lots of thanks to IAC for all this work.
To the viewers watching there, if you can resonate with this video, if you find this video, it is meaningful, insightful, and it really adds up to your knowledge, please do not forget to hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to our video channel. Until we come with such next interactive video, please have a look at the video that is popping up on your screen. Until then, thank you so much.